Hey guys, it's Melissa here from melissaopen.com. Welcome to Awaken Your Inner Awesomeness, a daily podcast devoted to spirituality and self-help. If you're new, I want to welcome you. If you're returning, welcome back. So today I wanted to talk to you about working with Mother Mary. Mother Mary is, of course, known throughout Catholicism, Christianity, many different religions. Of course, we know her as the Virgin Mary, who was the mother of Jesus. But how can you work with Mother Mary, and what can she do to help you? And that's what I want to talk about today. Mother Mary, just as her name would suggest, is a very motherly figure, and she comes with such love and compassion for her children. And we are all considered to be her children. So some of the things that she can do is, if you work with children, she can help you to fulfill your mission, your duties, whatever you want to call it, as you're working with children. She can also help you if you're having difficulty with your own children, and I'm going to talk about this more in detail in a minute. The other thing that she can help you with is in healing broken relationships in your life. And I know that through talking to many of my listeners, people often reach out to me and say, I'm having so much trouble with my child, or with their own parent, or with a spouse, or with, some significant person in their life. So if you are dealing with a broken relationship, or one where there's just a lot of tension and stress and a lot of things going on, Mother Mary can help you. Now, Mother Mary is an ascended master, and she's here to work with the wounded mother in all of us. One of the main components of Mother Mary is faith. That is the core of her being. She has a lovely, soft, very divine motherly energy, and she also focuses on Christ consciousness. One of her main messages, as you know, you may have already heard about, studied about, learned about, that Mother Mary has appeared all over the world. There have been many miraculous apparitions in which she appears, and her main message is that prayer is important. She urges people to pray and emphasizes that there is power in prayer, and that prayer can make miracles happen. So one way you can work with Mother Mary is if you have any relationships in your life that need to be healed. If you've had a disagreement with a sibling and you're no longer speaking to them, or if maybe there has been some infidelity in your marriage or a relationship. Maybe you're having difficulty with one of your children. Maybe your child isn't listening and they're trying to, go down their own path because of anger. And just being a child is difficult these days anyway. But if your child just isn't really listening to you or is acting out in anger, then Mother Mary can help you. You can pour out your thoughts and all of the things that you're feeling about those relationships, specifically when you pray. And you can talk to Mother Mary just as you would talk to a mother figure who listens to you gently and cares for you, because she is a mother figure to you, which I find very comforting, because I don't know about you, but I have a relationship with my own mother where there are sometimes things that I can't talk to her about, because I know that sometimes her mindset is very set and can be negative. And so if I go to talk to her about something, I'm going to get a negative spin put on it. So if I'm trying to look for a positive in a situation, I might not necessarily be able to go to her. And I'm not criticizing her, because that's just the way she is and how she was brought up. But sometimes it feels like, I don't have anybody to talk to, because if I go to her, I'm going to get this spun in a way that I don't really want it to be spun. So you can talk to Mother Mary and talk about the problems that are going on with your children or in your relationship or with anyone in your life that you're having problems with. And she will listen. And when you go to her for guidance, the main thing that you need to remember is that we also, besides talking, we also need to listen. So after you have gone in prayer, it's important that you take time to meditate and to listen for the guidance that's coming and that you receive from her. Because you will be given guidance, but you can also ask Mother Mary to clear up misunderstandings and to resolve conflicts. And one of the ways we can do that is we can ask Mother Mary to have the guardian angels of the people we're in conflict with talk about the problem and to gently guide the other person. So Mother Mary, she regularly guides many, many angels during their missions here on earth. So you can ask her to advise the guardian angels assigned to each person that's involved in the relationship that you're in and that you're dealing with. So if it's your spouse, you can talk to Mother Mary and ask Mother Mary to advise the guardian angel assigned to your spouse. Or if it's your child, please talk to the guardian angel that's been assigned to my child. And you can include your own guardian angel in this. And you can ask, and you can even include asking the angels of those who care for the other people that you're trying to relate to. She can direct their conversations and coordinate spiritual efforts for the healing to take place in this situation. Guardian angels can actually help change the thoughts of the people we love from negative to more positive. And they can gain wisdom from communicating with Mary, and they can deliver that wisdom. So the guardian angels can receive the wisdom and then deliver it to the people we're asking her to deliver it to. So they can send in continuous streams of positive messages to help the people involved see each other as God does. That they can help people to see that we're worthy of love and respect. And Mother Mary can also help to give you God's perspective on circumstances that led to the breakdown in relationships and suggest new ideas for solving problems. If you work with children, another way to work with Mother Mary is to ask her for ideas for the best way to help you do your job. So if you're a teacher, you can call on Mother Mary to give you ideas on how to really connect with your kids, how to solve any problems you're having with students. And then again, through prayer and meditation, we need to carefully listen to the messages that we get and pay attention to our dreams, because sometimes angels will communicate with us through our dreams, because as I've said many, many times, it is in our dream state is the easiest for us to receive communication, because during the day we're usually vibrating at a sometimes pretty low frequency, and we're busy and we're not paying attention. And so it's in that dream state that it's easiest for us to receive those messages. So you may want to keep a dream journal next to your bed, or if you wake up suddenly and get an idea, maybe you can even grab your phone and use the voice memo on your phone and just record yourself, just record the idea that you had, because it is probably being divinely given. As I mentioned before, part of Mother Mary's work is to work with the wounded mother in all of us, which includes men too, because men also get wounded by mothers. Many of us, we try our best at parenting, and our parents try their best at parenting, but we don't always know what to do. Like, we're not given a manual, and so we make mistakes. And sometimes when we make mistakes, it leaves a longer lasting effect than what we had really anticipated. Or maybe we don't even realize that some of the things that we do hurt our children. So Mother Mary works with us to help heal that wounded mother that we all carry with us. She was in the earthly realm, the mother of Jesus, and so she cared for him. And now, as an ascended master, she's doing the same thing, but for humanity, for everyone. Her aura is a soft pink color with a border of mild blue, so you might see that or sense that as you're working with her. She can also help you if you're hoping to become a mother. I know there are a lot of people out there who suffer from infertility sometimes, so she is one of the ascended masters that you can work with if you happen to be trying to conceive and you're having difficulty with it. But again, you can pray, but make sure that you're also taking time to meditate and listen for the guidance that comes. I feel like that is a big problem that many of us have, is we send this prayer out there and we just pray and pray and pray, and then we never really take time to stop and listen for the answer that comes. So it's kind of like when you ask someone, like let's imagine you ask someone in person, you ask your friend for advice and she starts to answer you and you just walk away. That's pretty much what it's like, because here you've asked for all of this advice and then you don't even stick around to get the divine messages and the signs that the divine is trying to send us. So be very much diligent about when you pray and you ask for things. Take the time to follow up, take a few moments and sit in silence and see what comes to you. And again, pay attention to your dreams because it may come through that way. You can ask for clarification about any of the information that you receive that maybe you don't understand. And then take action if you receive, an intuitive hit. Like, let me give you an example. So my daughter, it's 2020 has just been such a strange and weird time for me. But Thursday night of last week, I was already asleep because I get up early. So I think I went to bed at like 10:30. I was so tired. And about 12:30, my dogs start barking and going crazy. So I jump up to see what's going on because they usually only do that if somebody's there. And my son came in and he had been house sitting for someone, so he was staying at their house. And he came in and he said, Allie just called me and there's been a shooting in her dorm and they've been evacuated and so I need to go get her. And I'm barely awake, so I'm still needing to process all of this. I'm like, what? What do you mean? So half awake still, I'm saying to him, like, I don't know if that's a good idea if you go up there because it's going to be, it's 12:30 now. It's a 3-hour drive, so it'll be 3:30 and then a 3-hour drive back. So we're talking almost 7 o'clock in the morning by the time they get back. And I said, I just worry that you'll fall asleep or, I was like, well, maybe you can go up and get her and I can get you a hotel room and you can stay there and then drive back in the morning. And he's like, yeah, maybe, but I think we just want to drive straight through. So that was the plan. He ended up going to do that, and we didn't really know too much. They just said like the shooter was still at large and nothing was on the news yet, and so it was just crazy. So of course I basically got 2 hours of sleep that night because then I was worried about him going to go pick her up, and I tried to lay back down and go back to sleep, but of course I really didn't get much sleep. He went and got her. They got back. It all worked out okay. I, of course, prayed that Archangel Michael surround and protect them as they drive. They got back okay. Everything was fine. But then they went, instead of coming to my house, they went to her stepmom's house because it's 45 minutes closer, which I thought, okay, well, I understand that. You don't want to have any extra driving more than you already have. But then, I talked to her and I said, well, what's going on with you? Am I going to see you, or when are you going back, or what's happening? And she was just, said, well, I don't know. Maybe I'll come by, maybe tomorrow or whatever. It's like, okay, I'm trying to be patient. All right. Okay. I've got a lot going on. So then the next day I just said, oh, well, what's your plan? Do you know yet? well, I'm going to come by and get my stuff so I can see you for like 20 minutes. Basically, I just felt like she was blowing me off. Like, what? Like, do you not want to see me, or what's going on? So we kind of had some words. Really, I just said, you don't have to bother to try to make time for me if you don't have time. I just wanted her to know, it kind of hurts my feelings that you're, seeing everyone else and not me. And it doesn't seem like a big deal to you, but, I just want you to know I'm here for you and I love you, and that's about all I could do. And then I didn't really hear any more from her. So it was really bothering me because it felt like we were fighting, but I didn't really know what was going on, except that she just didn't seem like she could make time to fit me into her schedule. But then I talked to her brother, and he said, well, I think she's just having difficulty. I don't think she is liking it as well as she's trying to let us believe she is, and she's trying to deal with school and not really, I don't think she's truly happy. And we could tell something's wrong. Like, she wasn't being her typical self. She's been very moody. And Christopher said, yeah, she's been moody to me too. It's not just you. She's been very moody. Like, okay, well, all right. Well, that makes me, not that I'm happy, but that gives me a little more clarity. And I understand it's not just me. But it's still bothering me, So I reached out to Mother Mary, and I just said, okay, please help me to know what is the best thing that I should do in this situation, and help her to understand that everything's fixable, everything's figure-outable. This whole not liking school doesn't have to be the end of the world. We can transfer you, there are so many solutions. But I remember when I was that age that if somebody offered me solutions, I usually didn't listen, and I didn't want to go to people and talk about my problems because I just would internalize everything. And I know that that's what she does too. So that's when I thought, okay, I'm just going to call on Mother Mary to help in this situation. And so the guidance that I got from her was just tell her you love her. Just tell her you love her. Like, that's it. So I just texted her, and I said, I just want you to know I love you. And I got a text back immediately, like, I love you too. So that made me feel better, because I know it's not something that I've done. It's more of something that she's going through internally, and something that she obviously feels like I can't help her with. And I can't help her and do anything if she doesn't want to come to me or tell me or explain what's going on. So again, I went to, Mother Mary in prayer, and just, can you please send her a steady stream of positive thoughts, and give her ideas, and help her to know that people are there who can talk to her and can help her, and she can change schools, and it's not the end of the world, and that everything's going to be okay. And everything is so much more complicated by the fact that they're still grieving. And I think that's a big part for her too. I think that she is now hitting the part of the grief process where she feels guilty. I really do think that that's a big part of it. And I know that she's struggling a lot with that, and struggling over the loss of her dad. And that's not helping anything. And I think she thought going away to school was going to make it better because it would be a distraction. And now they're not doing any classes in person. So she sits in her dorm room all day doing online classes. And you can't escape and run away from things anyway. You have to deal with it. So it's hitting her extremely hard. So I'm, calling on Mother Mary to help with that. So you may have a similar situation with your child, or maybe with your spouse or partner. Maybe they are going through something and they just aren't talking to you, and maybe they feel like they can't. You can call on Mother Mary to help you in that situation. Again, you can call on her to guide their guardian angels as to how to best help them in this situation. And I really do think that a big part of the things that we have to do is we need to let go, and we need to forgive. We have to forgive others for the things that they've done to us, whether it's been intentional or unintentional. Like in this situation, I could have sat there and stewed about it and gotten mad and made it worse. And instead, I choose to see that things are rough for her right now and she just needs a little space. And that's what I have to give her. And it's hard because as a parent, you always want to fix everything, and that's not always possible. So I have to forgive the things that she's done in the past week to make me feel slighted, because I don't really believe that she did it for that purpose. I think she's just so absorbed in her own issues that she's just not thinking about it. And I have to believe that when I call on the help, that Mother Mary and her angels and guides are going to give her guidance and signs as to the best possible solution for her and what to do and where to go and all of those things. I just know that that's going to happen for her. And I just revel in the love and the peace that Mother Mary gives in this situation. And so you can do that too for any situation in your life, whether you're a mother or whether you've been offended by a mother, been wounded by a mother, or whether you're dealing with a partner or a sibling or a friend, whatever it is, you can call on Mother Mary to help you in this situation with healing. So don't hesitate to call on Mother Mary when you need her help, because she is so happy to come and to help you and to show you her unconditional love. All right, guys, well, I wanted to pull a card for you today, and the card I pulled is from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reed, and the card that we got is To the Sea. And it came out in the reverse. It means being in the flow, returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together, a natural pattern of events. When conditions appear to block every attempt to move forward, there is no hidden message for you to decipher. Like the ocean, the tides of experience ebb and flow. You are in a natural cycle, so know that things will flow again in due course. There is no cause for alarm. Stop resisting and fighting against the situation and learn to flow, even when the tide is going out. Relax and trust in the abundance that will soon be within your reach again. An ancient mariner's saying applies to you now. When fishermen cannot go to sea, they stay home and repair their nets. So I love that. So this is saying if something in your life feels like it is stuck for you, quit trying to kick down the door, quit trying to make things happen and try to control the situation, because when you do that, you are totally out of the flow and you're making things harder for yourself. It's like trying to swim upstream. So instead, recognize that you're out of alignment with whatever is happening and ask the universe to help you get back into alignment. And then listen for the guidance that comes, because most of the time when something is not meant for us, it's because there is something much better ahead, or because the timing just simply isn't right, and that divine timing is at work at play. So just don't worry, don't panic, but stop pushing against it. Stop resisting. All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you so much for being here with me. As always, if you like this podcast, please subscribe. Please leave a review from wherever you're listening. You can leave me some stars on iTunes. That helps me so much. And share this podcast with anyone you think would enjoy it. You can still get a discount on the Smart for Life protein bars. The coupon code is in the description for the podcast. Also, if you want to work with me, you can go to my website, melissaoatman.com. There's a little bit more time left for the rest of September to take advantage of my reading sale. You can get a 30-minute card reading for $20, so that's $10 off. When you go to my website, go to the offerings page, click on the 30-minute reading, and in the checkout, there should be a coupon code. Put in anniversary in all caps, and that will give you your discount. And then you can contact me to set up your session. And all sessions are done through Zoom, and they're recorded, so you can go back and watch them again later. If you would like to follow me on social media, I go live Mondays at 6:30 Central on Facebook, where I do a free card reading. If you show up for the live, you will get a personal card picked just for you. Also, I post videos to IGTV on Instagram, And I have free guided meditations on my YouTube channel, so go check all of that out. And please go subscribe or follow all of my social media channels. I want to thank you so much for being here with me. I hope that you have a beautiful day from wherever you're listening. I am sending you so much love and light, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.